Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to create the thank you page. So in the resources, in the views, we need to create a new page, new file called thank you, thank underscore you dot blade.php. And then the code is going to be similar to the front end code. This code is going to be similar to the payment. I'm going to copy only this part, and then I'm going to paste it here in the thank you page. And then at the end, don't forget at the end to say at end for end section. And in between we need to do the following. First, we need to remove this button, and we need to remove here, we need to say, instead of saying payment, we need to say thank you. And we need to display a message. I'm going to say paragraph, and then I'm going to say please keep order ID in a safe place for future reference. So we need to tell the user that the order ID is important, because I'm going to display here, I'm going to say here order ID, and then I'm going to say here session get order ID, order underscore ID, because the order ID now is in the session, and we need to display it to the user so that the user knows that the order ID, and they will be able to use it in case they want to issue a refund or return. They must give us the order ID. So here we need to give we need to let them know that the order ID is important, and they must keep it in a safe place for future reference. So we are done with this part. Here we say thank you. You can, by the way, here you can display any message you want, and this page will only be displayed in case the order ID is not in case the order ID is available. So we need to say here if session has order ID, then we display that order ID, and we don't need this anymore. We need to remove this. We need to remove this if statement, and we also need to remove this if statement. So only if we have the order ID in the session, because we re-put the order ID back in the session in order to show it to the user. And finally, we need to create the thank you root. So in the web, we need to say here root, and then get, and then / thank you, and then payment controller class, and then thank you, and then comma, and then name, and then the name is thank you. The name of the root is thank you, and we need to create the thank you function in the controller. So in the controller, in the payment controller, we need to create this function thank you. Here we need to create a new function, and then thank you, and this function will return here return view thank you. Thank underscore you. And again, the order ID will be delivered. The last thing that we did earlier is that we passed the order ID, so the order ID will be displayed here, and before we display it, we need to make sure that it's not null. So if it's not null, we display the order ID and we thank the user, and that's it. And we are now done with this thank you page, and we can test.